What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jordan, and today we are back with another brand new deck profile post Legacy of Destruction. This is Melodious Voiceless Voice. It is a very intriguing, interesting deck here. Versatility, you could play more options with it. When I went to YCS Raleigh, I was playing the branded package. By the way, YCS Raleigh was fantastic. It was a big event. At least 2,000 or more players were playing the YCS. Unfortunately for me, I was not able to go play because I was late showing up Friday night. I didn't sign up for main events, so I was late. But I did meet some interesting people. I had my playmat sign here from Team Samurai. I met them. This is Sam Signature and Pox. I also met Drell from Team APS, Jesse Cotton, Wyson. It was a phenomenal experience, a great weekend vacation. I would love to go back again, but we are moving away from topic here. Let's go ahead and get started with this deck profile here. This is 41 cards in the main. Melodious Voiceless Voice. We're going to go ahead and get started with the main deck. So without further ado, let's get started. So it's still the same standard Voiceless Voice engine. Nothing's changed. 3 copies of Low, 3 copies of Saphira, and 1 Ceravis. Nothing changes here. The rituals, however, do change. 2 copies of Skull Guardian is still going to be the same. Sometimes I want to put it to 3, but right now 2's fine. I am wanting to run Ceravis. The last deck profile I did, I was only running 2. This time I'm only running 1, due to the fact that I'm running the Odd Eyes package. I'm running a small Odd Eyes package for this. It just gives me more bodies, more negations, versatility. But it's just there here. For the remaining, I was running 2, but I am now running 3 copies of Diviner and 1 copy of Trius. I was running 2 and I'm running 3 because of the Melodious package. They're all fairies. Trius is now will work better than ever here. For the remaining Voices Voice engine, 3 barrier, 2 prayer, 1 of the new cards, Blessing of the Voiceless Voice, and 1 Radiance. Blessing of the Voiceless Voice does come up a lot, especially since it recurs from Banish Zones. So if you was the Bestial or Ghost Spell or DD Crow call by any of my Voiceless Voice cards, Blessing will just get it back from Banished. It's super good. Lets me extend, but now let's go on to the Spice. This is the Melodious engine, running 3 copies of Refrain, 1 copy of Couplet, 3 copies of Ostinato, and 1 copy of Melodious Concerto. Ostinato is a cracked branded fusion. It doesn't lock you into fusion. Still does the same thing though. Only if you control no monsters though is when you can actually activate it. Fusion summon from the hand or deck. And I'll get my Melodious monsters. Melodious Concerto is searchable off of Couplet. If you control no other monsters other than Melodious monsters, you can search this, activate this, fusion summon from field and Pendulum Zone. Keep in mind. And if a fusion monster is sent to graveyard, you can put this on the bottom and draw an extra card. Your Melodious monsters here, they do special summon themselves to the Pendulum Zones if a fusion monster, Melodious fusion monster is summoned. Refrain adds a Melodious monster to deck, and Melodious and Couplet can special itself if it's added to the hand except by drawing it. So pretty good extenders here, and they're all fairies. So as I said, Trius is just strong. I am running 2 copies of pre-prep. I cut it down to 2. If I'll probably add it back to 3 in the future, but right now it's 2. And my hand traps have actually been cut down from 12 to 9. Well, except Cerevis, it counts as a hand trap. But 3 copies of Ash is still the same here. The only thing that's in a 3 imperm is still the same. The only new hand trap here is 3 copies of Ghost Ogre. Only reason why I'm running Ghost Ogre is because like Tenpai Dragon, and there's cards in there that just can't be destroyed or targeted or whatever, but Ghost Ogre will take care of that pretty well, especially with this new format that's running around. But this is the main deck of Voiceless Voice. Let's start off with the extra deck. Still the same. 1 Relinquished Anima, 1 Light Charmer, 2 Dynamondos, and 1 SP. I was running 1 Dynamondo, but running 2 right now is better than 1, because in which cases you'll go against a Yubel matchup, and Spirit of Yubel and some of the Yubel monsters can't be destroyed. So the only way to actually get rid of it is, if you're playing Voiceless Voice, is to make Dynamondo and shuffle it back into their deck to kind of just get through. That's what I had to do when I played a buddy of mine who has a Yubel deck. I had to get rid of his Yubel monster with Dynamondo to go through. But I added a second one because 1 isn't enough. Moving on with the remaining of the links. 1 Exceed the Pendulum and 1 Apollousa. Exceed the Pendulum will grab me a monster from extra deck, add it to hand. And Oppo, I could just make Oppo easy pretty quickly. I run 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, and this is a proxy. I have Vortex coming in the mail pretty soon, so I'm just waiting on that. But right now, this is supposed to be Vortex. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this deck builds more versatility in bodies. If Absolute Dragon is sent to graveyard, special another Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck, and I'll just get Vortex Dragon. Pendulum Graph Dragon will do the same thing. If a spell or effect is activated, put in the Pendulum Zone, special and Odd Eyes monsters from extra deck. So I could just go Absolute Dragon, and then if they get rid of it, I'll just get Vortex, and then whatever. Moving on here with the Melodious Monsters extra deck. 2 Baka, 1 Flowering. Flowering is basically a amazing Punk Jam Amazing Dragon. It is, you quick effect, banish it and any Melodious monsters you control, and return all cards your opponents control to their hand equal to the number of Melodious monsters that has been banished. They return on end phase, which is fantastic. It dodges Nibiru, it dodges card effects, it dodges Evenly Matched. I get more bodies back and just continue to build my board. And they have to crack it somehow. Baka, however, is pretty good too. On summon, special a Melodious monster from deck. And if it's sent to grave, special Melodious monster from graveyard in defense position. So you're getting 2 bodies in 1, which is fantastic here. That's why I run it. And then to finish it off, the Diviner target, still the same. 1 Entis, 1 Herald, and then 1 Chaos Angel. I was running Typhon, but it might come back. But right now, I'm not going to add Typhon into this. Going on with the side deck. 3 copies of Ghost Spell is still the same here. Nibiru is now in the side. It was in the main, but this, I gotta respect combo decks and Rogue, so Nibiru will kind of just clean that up a bit. 1 Harpies, 2 Cosmic Cyclones is still the same. The only new additions of this is 3 copies of D-Barrier and 3 copies of Evenly Matched. D-Barrier right now is currently stronger than ever. You could just, if you're playing a Voiceless Voice mirror match, or you're playing any of the other cards or types, just slap D-Barrier, and basically it's a turn skip for them. if you don't kill him on your next turn. And then Evenly Matched was a substitute for Summon Limit. Certain points, I don't care about a battle phase. As long as I get rid of my opponent's monsters, build a board and negations and eruptions of my own, and they have to break it. If they can't, I win. But Evenly Matched is still good. It's still slept on, really. But other than that, this is the side deck for my Melodious Voiceless voice. But I have a lot of fun with this deck. This deck is extremely interesting. I like the branded package a little more, but branded fusion does lock you into fusions. Melodious does not. Part of me wants to do pure again, just to open up more non-engine cards, but it's a lot. From my personal experience, it's good, but at the same time, it's not as good, because if they hit you with D-Barrier, you are kind of locked from doing ritual summoning, and you can't ritual summon at all. So you have to have a little bit more versatility in your deck, in my opinion here. But it's an okay, I guess. Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, so this is Melodious Voices voice post Legacy of Destruction. I'll be doing more deck profiles. I have Volcanic Runic that I want to do, as well as Volcanic Ashened. Ancient Gears will be coming soon, is in the works. But until then, you guys stay safe out there, and hope you guys have a great rest of y'all's day. Thank you. Peace.